Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report. And today we're diving deep into the start of the Las Vegas Raiders OTA off-season workout schedule. This is a crucial time for the team and the fans alike, as these organized team activities mark the first real chance for players and coaches to get on the field together and begin shaping what could be an exciting season ahead. For those who are new to this or might be wondering exactly what OTAs are, I'm here to break it down for you so you can become a smarter, more informed Raiders fan by the end of this. The OTAs, which stand for Organized Team Activities, are voluntary off-season workouts that NFL teams conduct before the official training camp kicks off. These sessions allow coaches and players to work on a variety of drills, practice team concepts, and start to build chemistry. Importantly, OTAs are governed by strict rules. There are only 10 total practice days allowed, and tackling or full contact is prohibited during these sessions. Instead, teams focus on 7-on-7 drills, 9-on-7, 11-on-11, and other forms of controlled reps to avoid injuries while still getting the reps necessary to gel as a unit. It's a vital part of the NFL off-season calendar because it gives teams a chance to experiment, evaluate younger players, and help veterans stay sharp. For the Raiders, this year's OTAs take on an even greater significance. There's a new coaching regime in place, bringing fresh energy, new schemes, and a revamped culture that the silver and black hope will translate to wins on the field. It's a time for players to impress and for coaches to start seeing who fits into their vision. There's also an underlying urgency because the team's last few seasons haven't delivered playoff success, and everyone in the organization knows that it's now or never to start turning things around. The OTA's schedule officially kicks off on May 19th. With 10 practice days spread out over the coming weeks. The team will take some days off here and there, like the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, but those 10 total practices are the foundation of what will build into the training camp intensity. Fans get excited because this is the first glimpse they get of how the off-season acquisitions, draft picks, and returning players are meshing. Even though it's a voluntary program, the key players almost always show up because they want to set the tone for their role in the upcoming season. As we talk about the offensive side of the ball, there are some clear names to watch closely. At number 10 on my list is Tommy Millow, an intriguing player coming from the FCS ranks and last season's Heisman Trophy winner at that level. What's interesting about Millow is how the Raiders might use him on special teams. Special teams is often overlooked by casual fans, but it can be the difference between winning and losing tight games. So I'm paying attention to how the coaches find a niche for him, whether that's as a returner, a gunner, or some other versatile role. Next up, at number 9, is DJ Glaze. The Raiders see him as a key candidate to fill the right tackle spot, a position that has been a bit unsettled for the team. While it's expected that DJ Glaze will have the edge in winning that job, he still needs to prove it day in and day out because the Raiders brought in competition like Alex Kappa, Dylan Parham, and Jordan Meredith. Dylan Parham, in particular, is an interesting case because he's entering the final year of his contract and coming into a new regime, which means his future with the team is very much in the balance. How the Raiders use Parham could be a signal of whether they believe he's a starter-caliber player or not. Moving on, at number 7, we have Michael Mayer, the talented tight end who missed much of last year due to injury. The Raiders also have Brock Bowers, a promising young player who's already making waves in the off-season workouts. The big question here is how the Raiders plan to balance using both players. Mayer brings size and blocking ability, while Bowers offers athleticism and playmaking. The way the coaches deploy them in the offense will be fascinating to watch because it could shape the passing game's effectiveness. At number 6, Trey Tucker is a name that fans should keep an eye on. He's entering his 3rd year, and this is a critical period for him to step up his game. The Raiders will be evaluating whether he can take the next step and contribute more significantly, either on special teams or as a receiver. He's competing with players like Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Dante Thornton Jr., who are also fighting for roles. Although OTAs don't always showcase a lot of highlight plays, Tucker's development could be a key storyline for the season. Now, this brings me to a question I want to ask Raider Nation, and it's a big one because it will shape how you think about the rest of the OTA coverage. Which offensive player are you watching the closest during these workouts? For me, my eyes are locked on the player I'm about to mention as the most important offensive figure on the team. At number 5, I have Jack Bess, a wide receiver who was a standout at rookie minicamp. He clearly impressed and showed he can hang with the best of the young talent. But now the question becomes, can he translate that performance into consistency when competing against legitimate NFL starters? That's the test that will define whether Jack Bess can become a true weapon for the Raiders. Right above him, at number 4, is Jakobi Meyers. This veteran receiver is not just working to earn a spot, but is looking for a new contract, reportedly seeking $10 million guaranteed. His presence on the field during OTAs will be a strong signal of his commitment and value to the team. Ideally, Meyers will be out there alongside number 3 on my list, Colton Miller. The Raiders need both Meyers and Miller on the field during these voluntary workouts. If they show up, it's a huge positive sign for the team's chemistry and leadership moving forward. If either or both are absent, that could raise concerns, especially given this is voluntary and a chance to set a tone early. Coming in at number 2 is Ashton Jenney, a running back who has been turning heads with his effortless style and smooth movement. Even though tackling isn't allowed, watching how Jenney handles the ball, makes his cuts, and catches passes out of the backfield provides valuable insight into how the offense might look this year. His ability to add a dynamic element in the running game, and as a receiver, makes him a critical player to watch. Finally, the most important offensive player to watch at Raiders OTAs, and this may not come as a surprise to anyone, is Geno Smith, the new quarterback brought in during the offseason. In my opinion, Geno Smith is the Raiders' best move this offseason. His precision passing, leadership qualities, and experience are exactly what this team needs to finally push towards a playoff berth. How he performs in these OTAs will set the tone for the entire offense. Smith has a chance to show everyone why he's considered one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL and to prove he can lead this team to success. All of these players are going to be crucial pieces as the Raiders prepare for the upcoming season. The OTAs give us the first real look at how this team is shaping up, and they offer a glimpse into the strengths, weaknesses, and potential breakout players who could make a difference. One of the most intriguing defensive players to watch in OTA sessions is Andrew Ogletree, the Raiders' new addition at the linebacker position. Ogletree brings a unique blend of speed, physicality, and intelligence, making him a versatile weapon in multiple defensive schemes. He's expected to compete for a starting role immediately, and the OTA workouts will be his first chance to demonstrate how well he has adapted to the Raiders system. His ability to read plays quickly and make decisive tackles will be crucial as the defense aims to tighten up its run stopping and pass coverage. Ogletree's leadership and work ethic also set an example for the younger players on the roster, who are eager to learn and improve. Another player who deserves close attention is Zay Flowers, a rookie cornerback the Raiders selected in the draft. The cornerback position has been a challenge for the Raiders, with inconsistent coverage and a lack of shutdown corners contributing to defensive struggles. Flowers has the athleticism and instincts to become a playmaker in the secondary, but the transition from college to the NFL is never easy. The OTA period will be vital for Flowers as he learns the playbook, adjusts to the speed of the game, and builds chemistry with the safeties and other defensive backs. If he can make a strong impression, he could carve out a significant role early in the season. The defensive line is another area undergoing transformation. The Raiders have brought in fresh talent to bolster the pass rush, an element that has been missing in recent years. Among the defensive linemen, keep an eye on someone like Tyree Wilson, a player with raw athleticism and potential. Wilson's performance during OTAs will provide insight into whether he can develop into the disruptive force the Raiders need to pressure opposing quarterbacks consistently. His technique, effort, and ability to execute defensive calls will all be on display. Success on the defensive line will also hinge on the health and availability of veterans, who can mentor younger players and contribute to a balanced front. The linebacking core as a whole is one of the most scrutinized units on the team. Aside from Ogletree, the Raiders have several players competing for spots and playing time. Veterans must show they still have the speed and toughness to keep up with the game's physical demands, while younger players look to seize their chance and prove they belong at this level. The defensive coordinator's system relies heavily on linebacker versatility, players who could drop back in coverage but also step up to stop the run effectively. ODA practices offer the perfect setting for coaches to experiment with different combinations and find the right fit for their schemes. Special teams, while often overlooked, remain an essential part of the defensive side as well. Players like Tommy Mallow, whom we mentioned earlier, could find roles contributing to coverage units, blocking on punts, or even as returners. Strong special teams play can swing momentum in close games, and the Raiders are keen to improve in this phase of the game. The intensity and attention to detail during OTA drills focused on special teams will be a good barometer for how seriously players take this often underrated aspect of football. One interesting aspect of the Raiders' ODA is the mix of veterans and young talent participating. Veterans bring experience and leadership, helping to guide the newcomers through the nuances of the professional game. At the same time, the young players bring energy, hunger, and a desire to make their mark. This blend creates an atmosphere ripe for competition, which is exactly what the coaching staff wants. It's clear that no job is guaranteed, and every player must earn their spot on the roster. ODAs, while voluntary, tend to separate those who are fully committed from those who may not have the same level of dedication. The culture within the Raiders organization appears to be shifting as well. The new coaches are focused on accountability, professionalism, and team-first attitudes. They've communicated clearly that every player must show up ready to work, regardless of their status or contract situation. This approach aims to build a cohesive unit that trusts each other on and off the field. During the ODA period, fans can look for signs of this culture taking hold, whether it's players pushing each other in drills, showing up early, or engaging positively with coaches and teammates. From a strategic perspective, these voluntary workouts also give the coaching staff a chance to implement their schemes and terminology. Learning a new defensive system can be challenging, especially when it includes complex coverages and blitz packages. ODA allows the players to absorb these concepts gradually, ask questions, and start building the mental framework necessary for success during training camp and the regular season. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Las Vegas Raiders find themselves at the center of swirling speculation after reports emerged suggesting quarterback Geno Smith may have sustained an injury. While no official statement has been released by the team, sources close to the organization have hinted that Smith could be dealing with a physical setback that might impact his availability in the upcoming games. Geno Smith, who joined the Raiders during the offseason in a move that surprised many across the league, has been a key figure in the team's offensive strategy. Known for his resilience and leadership, the veteran quarterback was expected to bring much-needed stability to the Raiders' quarterback position. His potential injury, if confirmed, could drastically alter the team's trajectory this season. Eyewitnesses at recent team practices noted Smith appear to be favoring one leg during light drills, although no specific moment of injury was observed. The Raiders' coaching staff has remained tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying the rumors. Head coach Antonio Pierce, when asked, responded only that the team is monitoring all players' health and will provide updates when appropriate. The timing of the potential injury couldn't be worse for the Raiders, who are preparing for a critical stretch in their schedule. With playoff hopes hanging in the balance, losing their starting quarterback could severely hamper their competitiveness in a tightly contested AFC West division. Fans and analysts alike are eagerly awaiting clarity. If Smith is indeed injured and expected to miss time, the Raiders may be forced to turn to backup options, which could include a younger, less experienced quarterback. This scenario raises concerns about consistency and playmaking ability, elements that Smith was specifically brought in to enhance. For now, the situation remains clouded in uncertainty. The Raiders have not placed Smith on the injury report, but speculation continues to grow. Until the team breaks its silence, Raiders Nation can only hope that the rumors prove unfounded and that their new signal caller remains ready to lead them forward. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.